Hello and welcome to Maths by SAS. This is my fifth lesson of D3 chapter number 7, exercise 7a, that is about the graphs of functions. In this lesson we'll be discussing how to draw the graph of the cubic function. In this lesson we will solve question number 5, and let's read the question from the book. Question 5 says, using the scale 2 centimeter to represent 1 unit on x-axis. For x-axis, the scale which is given is 2 centimeter equals to 1 unit on x-axis, and for y-axis the scale is that 2 centimeter equals to 5 units. We have to draw the graph of y equals to 3x minus x cube, for x lies between minus 3 and 3, and then from the graph we have to find y when x equals to 1.4, and the second requirement is value of x when y is minus 6.6. So we know that for the drawing of the graph, first of all we should have the values of x and y with us. In this question we are given with the function y equals to 3x minus x cube, and range values of x are given, that x values we have to take between minus 3 and 3. And now what we have to do is we have to find the value of y by putting the values of x one by one in the given equation. So let's begin with the solution. Y equals to 3x minus x cube. Now what we have to do, we have to go in the sequence. Y equals to 3x, 3 into minus 3 and minus 3 cube. Be careful and do not forget the role of integers. Minus 9 minus, and minus 3 cube is minus 27. This will go positive. Minus 9 plus 27, and take away 9 from 27, 27 minus 9, and this gives me 18, and I have to write the value in the table. Okay, and now what we have to do, we have to insert value of x minus 2. So y equals to 3x minus x cube, and this is 3 into minus 2 and minus 2 cube. This will become minus 6 and minus 8. Minus multiplied by minus will become positive. This will become positive, and this will become minus 6 plus 8, and which is equal to 2. Okay, and now the third value, that is x equals to minus 1. Again, please every time write down the actual function so that there has to be no error in the completion of the table, because if any one value in the table is incorrect, your graph and the rest part of the question will be wrong. So be careful. Y equals to 3 into minus 1 and minus 1 cube, and this will take the form minus 3 minus 1, and this is minus 3 plus 1, and this will give me minus 2. Okay, and replace the value over here. This is 0, and when x is 1, now for the positive values, y equals to 3x minus x cube, y equals to 3 into 1 minus 1 cube, and this will give me 3 minus 1, and which is equal to 2. Okay, and then positive 2, y equals to 3x minus x cube, y equals to 3 into 2 minus 2 cube. This is 6 minus 8, and which is equal to minus 2. When x is 2, y is minus 2. Okay, and then 3 y equals to this is 3x minus x cube, y equals to 3 into 3 minus 3 cube, and this gives me 9 minus 27, and 9 minus 27 is minus 18. Minus 18. Okay, do observe the values carefully, that when x is minus 3 is positive 18, and over here is negative 18, then 2 minus 2 and 0, and this is 2. When I'm inserting x value 1, yes, this is 2, and when I'm replacing x value 2, 3 into 2 minus 2 cube, this is minus 2 and minus 18. I hope the table values are complete, and now it's the time to understand the scale for both axes. That for x-axis, the 2 centimeter represents 1 unit, so I have drawn x-axis and y-axis. 2 centimeter equals to 1 unit for x-axis, and for y-axis 2 centimeter represents 5 units. Okay, now if 2 centimeters are representing 1 on x-axis, means that 20 small blocks are representing 1 on x-axis, and 1 small block will represent 1 over 20, which is equal to, if I'm not wrong, 0.05. 1 small block will represent 0.05. I always ask it to my students to have such calculations, because sometimes the scale becomes complex, so it becomes really difficult to identify the places where some of the values can come. And for y-axis, it is written that 2 centimeter equals to 5 units. So it means 2 centimeters are again 20 small blocks. 20 small blocks are equal to 5, and 1 tiny block will have the value 5 by 20, and which is equal to 1 by 4. It means that 1 small block on y-axis, this small block on y-axis has a value 1 by 4. So for number 1, how many small blocks will be equivalent to? So 4 small blocks will be equivalent to 1. Now it's the time to go for the sketching of the points, plotting of the points. So I always advise it to my students that do not mark the points abruptly. You have to go in a sequence. Suppose I'm marking a point minus 3 with 18. So first of all, I have to reach at x minus 3. This is the place for x minus 3, and then I need the positive value of y, which is 18. So I have to move upward on this point. First I have to reach at 15, and now I have to think about the scale, that for 15 and 18 is equivalent to 15 plus 3. So I have to know that how many small blocks I have to move to get 3 units. Okay, if one small block has the value 0.05, one small block has the value 0.05, we need to know that for number 3 how many small blocks we have to move. So one small block on y-axis has the value 1 by 4. For 1 unit I need to move 4 small blocks. So for 3 I have to move after 15 12 small blocks. So this is 15, this is 10, and then I need to move 2 small blocks further. This is the place for 18. Look, this is 15, 4 small blocks, 1, 2, 3 and 4, this is 16, then 8 small block is 17, and then further this is 18. So minus 3 with 18 is done. When x is minus 2, y is positive 2, x minus 2, y is positive 2. So for positive 2, what do you think, students, how many small blocks we need to move? as for 1 we need to move 4 small blocks, so for 2 I need to move 5, 6, 7 and 8 small blocks. For -1 this is -2, so first reach at -1, this is the place for -1, and then I have to reach at -2. This is the 8th block, so be careful. And after this I have to move towards origin with 0 with 0. This is the place for 0 with 0, and when it's 1 y value is 2, so again graph will have the rising trend and it will go upward from this point. Let me remove this point so that my students should not mix this with the graph values. This is 5, 6, 7 and 8. I'm sorry, with 1 this is positive 2. With 2 it's again coming down at -2, so this is 5, 6, 7 and 8. And when it's 3 it's -18, so again I have to reach in front of 15, and then I can see that on the positive side after 15 I have moved 12 units up, so 12 units down. This is 15 and this is 10 and this is 12 units down. Okay, and now join all of the points with the help of smooth curve, and be careful while you're joining the points your hand should not shake and fluctuate. Okay, because it's a smooth curve, we have to get a smooth curve. Okay, let me draw it again. It's not giving the nice impact. This is 0. This is taking this type of formation. Okay, and from this point it has to come down over here. It has to come down like this, like this. Okay, in the beginning you can use slide pencil, do not use thick pencil, and then afterwards if you feel you're getting a better result and better trend of the curve, you can join it with the perfect pen. Okay, and then from this point I have to come downward. I have to come downward like this, and then I'm going really slow so that my students can understand. Okay, really good sketch I'm getting. Let me perfect it a little more from this point. This will take this formation, and over here as well, and let me mark the points so that when I will be making it with perfect pens, my points should not hide. Okay, it's the time to make my curve perfect, not bad situation. Okay, so in this way you can first draw the curve with the help of pencil, and then you can make it perfect, but must give your final product with pen or a pointer, because when your papers will be going under scanner, pencil work will not be scanned properly and it will not be marked, and the whole effort will be wasted. I'm giving tips to my students during my calculations and working so that we can get better result in our and better grades in our O-level examination. Let me mark the points clearly. Let me mark these points clearly. Okay, and 1 point over here and 1 point over here. Okay, really good curve. And then afterwards I must have to mark and label the curve y equals to 3x minus x cube. Okay, the drawing part is done, and it's the time to go to the further part that says that find the value of y when x equals to 1.4. X equals to 1.4. So first locate the position for 0.4 on x-axis. That for 0.4, value 0.4, how many small blocks do we need to cover? So 1.4 divided by 1 block has the value 0.05. So 28 small blocks will be giving me the place for 1.4. Okay, I need to plot 1.4. So first of all I have to identify that how many small blocks I have to move to reach at 1.4. Now look, one small block on x-axis has a value 0.05. Okay, if one small block has a value 0.05, if the value is 0.05, block is 1. Okay, and then if the value is 1, then it is one block 1 over 0.05 blocks, and value is 1.4. so this will be helping us in understanding and locating that how many small blocks do we need to move. So when I'm dividing 1.4 by 0.05, I'm getting 20 small blocks. So it means I have to reach at 20 small blocks. So first reach at 20 small blocks. This is 20 and this is 25, 26, 27 and 28. This is the place for 28, 1 block and 2 block further. Okay, this is the place for y equals to x equals to 1.4, and now I have to read what is the value coming towards this side. Value of y is it's on the top side is capturing 3 blocks. So 1 block is for 1 we have 4 blocks, so it's approximately 1. It's approximately, look on the graph, it's almost coming on the 4th block, and 4th block is approximately 1. Value of y is 1. Let me highlight this so that my students can see this clearly. Okay, this is almost, this is the 2nd block, and then I have to go towards this side, and this is capturing. Okay, when we have x 1.4, value of y is approximately 1, 2, 3 and 4 blocks approximately, and 4 blocks are approximately equal to 1 for y-axis. And then now the second part of the question is, when y is minus 6.6, y equals to minus 6.6, what will be the value of x at that time? So first of all, we have to see where can we locate y minus 6.6. So we know that this is a place where y equals to minus 5, and we need 6.6. So what we have to do, that we have to identify that how many blocks are we supposed to move for 6.6. So if the value of the block, one tiny block is 1/4, so for minus 6.6, how many blocks do we need? Is that we have to divide this number by 0.25, and this gives me 26.4. Okay, now we have to locate y minus 6.6. So y minus 6.6 is this is minus 5, and then we know that for y-axis for unit 1 we need 4 small blocks. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 small blocks. This is position for 6, and then we need 0.6. One small block has a value 0.25, so 0.25 is the 5th block, and then 0.25, 0.5 and slightly little down. This is the position for y minus 6.6. And now what we have to do, I have to read and match the graph towards the curve and see what is the value of x coming at that place. And the value of x is approximately this is approximately 2.4, Let me perfect this line so that my students can see this visibly. One of the most important concepts of your O-level examination. So please must watch and understand and clear your concepts before moving to your O-level examination. This is the place for y equals to minus 6.6 and this is 2.4 approximately. Little error 1 or 2 units up and down is acceptable. This is 2.4. I hope you are clear about today's class. For next difficulty level, please catch me in the next class. Watch my lessons, like, share and subscribe the channel and press bell icon to get the notification of every lesson in time. Thank you very much.